In the name of progress, a deceased body can be exhumed from one cemetery and reinterred in another cemetery miles away from the original burial plot. Now this video is more of a discussion video that really goes back to a video we shot a few weeks ago about the Bradford Parish Church, where they exhumed about over 2,500 bodies and reinterred them at the 𝗕𝗏𝗃𝗫 Cemetery. Now it was a bit of a shocker for some, and a discussion point came up, which is a quite interesting point actually. Some people were saying that the dead don't have a right over progress and they don't have a right over the living. Yet on the other hand, if it's your loved one, you'd have the opposite opinion and say, look, it's against the original wishes of the deceased. So I'm here at the Undercliffe Cemetery, and thanks for joining me again. Here I'm looking at another mass grave. This time it's marked, and I believe there's about 1,600 people that are buried here. And again, they came from the Bradford Parish Church, which is known as the Bradford Cathedral now, and they actually were part of the development where the wool industry in the 1890s were at a boom, and there was a high demand for transport and basically trade network. So shortly I'm going to be joined with Imtiaz and we'll have a look at this mass grave at the Undercliffe Cemetery and have a discussion. Do please drop some comments, because we like to know your opinion on this. I'm not saying it's a sinister. Obviously there's a due formal process the way these bodies must have been reinterred, but again, do subscribe to this channel if you like Bradford history, local history, and it's slightly done in a different, unique way. Thanks for following us. Morning Imtiaz.
Morning Riaz.
Thanks for joining us. Let's have a look at this mass grave. It's just round the corner. Right.
Nice day today.
Yeah. Have you got your laser beam measuring tool?
I have, yeah.
Alright. Be interesting to see how big this thing is.
Yeah,
so 2019 I believe, this was overgrown, and the Undercliffe Cemetery volunteers cleaned it up, and as you can see, this is where it is, and you can tell relatively newly furnished, if that's the right word.
Yeah, it's quite surprising. I mean, it's how much people possibly buried here? Is it approximately 1,600?
1,600 I've read in a news article, but shall we have a look at that marking there? Right, again, we don't like walking over graves, but this one's a bit awkward to read otherwise.
Yeah, and yeah, and it says here, in this burying place have been reinterred the remains of those originally buried in the churchyard of the Bradford Parish Church, which were removed under order of faculties given by the Chancellor of the Diocese November the 4th, 1897 and June the 6th, 1898. That's some time ago, isn't it, Riaz?
Yeah, let's just pan across, let our viewers have a look. But good to see a marker here, as opposed to the bowling one we did.
I know, so it's 124 years approximately it's been here.
Have a look at this one here. This must have come from the original churchyard.
Oh, yes. I mean, obviously it's here lies the body of son of Benjamin Barrack. That's obviously 𝗘𝗫𝗄𝗃, who departed February the 17th, 1776 in the, oh, it says of his age, part of the tombstone is missing. Wife, or maybe it says life, Martha, daughter of above laid Benjamin Barrack, who departed this life the 9th day of April 1781, aged 4 years. So I mean, it's you know, this is obviously from the
so the question is this work in progress? Are there supposed to be more laid here? We don't know. Maybe somebody can answer that from the Undercliffe Cemetery themselves. I don't know.
I know, yeah. You know what?
Interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting. What I find as well, it's a small a small plot in comparison to the one
at the 𝗕𝗏𝗁 Cemetery.
Yeah, to the burial plot at 𝗕𝗏𝗁.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think I should measure this to get an idea.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
So
we'll round it off 1600 bodies interred here, and we'll figure out the size of it as well.
Okay. Let me have a go at this.
It's tricky. It's quite a bright day. Let's see if it. Are you beaming off that stone? Yeah.
Yeah. That's approximately 6 meters.
6 meters, right?
Okay, and I'll have to go up here, I think.
Sure.
Nothing to bounce it off.
Yeah.
I'll just walk up here.
Looks quite even, a bit of a square, isn't it?
It is, yeah, but
Let's have a look. Yeah.
it's not an angle, is it? So we'll find out now. Then.
Yeah, it is on a bit of a tilt.
There's something full of ants around here, crawling around. Yeah, just over 5.6 meters, so 6 by 5.6. So it's not exactly a square, but it's a small plot.
So what have we got? 6 meters by 5.5, you think?
Yeah, 5.5. Yeah,
5.5.
So
right, let's have a.
I think what's surprising, Riaz, is that the amount of bodies buried here, approximately 1600.
Yeah.
It's a smaller plot than the one at West 𝗕𝗏𝗁. It's approximately, lengthwise, it's just under 4 times smaller. So
Right.
they've obviously packed the burial plot with bodies.
And gone really deep as
Yeah,
well.
they must have gone very deep. I have to say again, at least there's a marker stone here, so we know what it is.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. So, from what I know, the Undercliffe Cemetery are digitising the records in the cemetery, and we do believe there might be some more mass plots, mass graves. Because I know our researcher 𝗕𝗏𝗄𝗏𝗃, he actually found an article, I think it was Telegraph 1900 article, and that says in 1901 there was another 808 people interred at the Undercliffe for the same project.
Do you know what I find fascinating is the amount of body removals. I mean, you talk them figures up, you're talking to nearly 5,000 5,000 people reinterred, and that's a lot of people.
Yeah.
And that's what sort of catalogued to some degree. So how many more are there?
Yeah. Like I said on social media, this story has got legs, and it's gonna take us to a few places.
I'm sure it will. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure it will. And I hope. I do understand that. I know you mentioned about that stone there earlier. That, I hope that some of the original stones, which are still at the cathedral, are brought here. Yeah. You know, and put on the ground, because I think really, by rights, it should really be here. Maybe to cover it, so it has some sort of a sense of reality.
Is reality.
Where these bodies have come from.
I'll just walk around while you stay here, so we'll get some perspective what it looks like. I know on camera it looks absolutely massive, but it's not all that compared to the number of deceased that have been interred here.
No, it's not like at all. I'm just amazed at 1,600 bodies here. Yeah. I mean, how the managed to fit them in?
Have you been here before? I've seen this a couple of times.
No, I've not been here before.
No?
It's the first time, so it's a bit of a surprise.
Right. So for those who want to see the actual mass grave, rough idea, you've got the main, I think it's a Joseph Smith monument at the end of the main boulevard, and here it is. Can't miss it really. It looks pretty new, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
With all the work that's been put in recently. So there you go, folks. Just a quick video on the discussion point of mass graves, and we've just covered one in Undercliffe. And again, thanks for watching our videos, commenting, and do subscribe. Until the next video, peace out.